Hello tech heads and welcome home. Today we're turning up the techno on the iPhone 7, getting you all of the information you need to know about Apple's latest smartphone. First up, let's talk about what you get right out of the box. Once you get past those famous Apple stickers and the oh so important user manuals, you'll be greeted with the beautiful iPhone 7. Now in this video, I'll be reviewing the iPhone 7 Plus, but most of these features span both the bigger and smaller models. The next thing you'll notice is that Apple's gotten rid of that nice plastic case for the earpods, and if you were a fan of those, I am so sorry, but they're gone. So you just get the standard earpods in a paper wrapping with the lightning port to 16mm headphone jack strapped to the back. Following the earpods is the power cable and the power brick. The power cable is also wrapped slightly different, but who cares? So once all that stuff is out of the way, you can revel in how beautiful your new phone is. Especially if you got the matte black or the jet black, it's just a beautiful phone all around. So while the traditional white and silver and the pink gold colors go, not much has changed there. You'll notice the antenna bands are gone. But for the black versions of this phone, my goodness, did they look seamless. When you look at the back and the front, you don't see any obstructions, it's just the phone, and it is gorgeous. As far as software goes, if you're not already on iOS 10, what are you doing? It's amazing. It's probably the biggest upgrade in OS since OS 6 to OS 7. And there's so many new features that just make the user interface so much better. Now, as far as differences from iPhone 7 to 7 Plus go, really the only difference you're going to see is in the camera and when you're looking at portrait view, because only the iPhone 7 Plus with the dual cameras is going to be able to use that OS feature, so you won't see it in your iPhone 7 model. Sorry. Now moving to the technical side of things, the 7's colors look amazing, even though it didn't get a resolution increase, which, why Apple, why have you not increased the resolution on your flagship device? That's a story for another day though. But yeah, the colors look incredible, especially when compared to previous generations of iPhone. Now I could go into technical specs about the new processor and what it does for your phone, but most of what you need to know is that boy does it handle multitasking well, and man does it save battery life. So what's happening underneath the hood is that now there are 4 cores, and 2 of them are reserved for lower power use, things like browsing Facebook and web surfing, stuff like that, and then the other 2 cores are higher power for gaming and watching movies, stuff like that. So what that means in general is that when you're not doing something that is resource intensive, your battery is going to stay there. And in the real world, this works amazing. I have noticed so much better battery life going from last generation to this generation, and you're gonna love it too. Up next is just some footage of some games that I was running on the iPhone 7 Plus. They run fluid, they look amazing. Some of them that are written for 60 frames a second run at 60 frames a second, and the newer games that are going to be coming out, if that's something you're into, they're going to be looking great, running great, and they don't actually use as much battery power as they did before, so that's another plus. Go gaming. So now for the not so fun stuff. Yes, you are losing a headphone jack. There's not much I can say about it, but it does come with an adapter for lightning. So what that means is that you won't be able to charge your phone and listen to wired music at the same time. You can, of course, still use Bluetooth headphones. That's what I use most of the time, is my Bluetooth headphones. But if you don't have Bluetooth headphones, or you just don't like that in general, yeah, you're gonna have to use the adapter. There's really no way around it. And what do you gain for that loss of headphone jack? Well, it's going to be the improved haptic engine, which gives you better feedback when you're doing things like 3D touch, or when you're scrolling, and even when you're going through your alarm clock. It makes a nice clicking feel when you're holding your phone. Also, since the home button is not actually a button, it gives you that feedback, which did take some getting used to, but now I love it. And when I go back to other iPhones, the button just feels squishy. But now let's talk about water resistance, because this phone is water resistant, and I myself have taken it in the pool underwater. I did some recordings that I'll throw up there on the screen. I don't recommend recording underwater because it's water resistant, not waterproof, but Apple has certified it up to 5 meters. And for general use, if you drop it in a puddle, or if it's raining outside and you still want to use your phone, go ahead. So goodbye bowls of rice for your iPhone. Now a thing of the past. The next feature I wanted to talk about is specific to the iPhone 7 Plus, which we kind of touched on earlier, but it's the new dual cameras. So not only are you going to get a dedicated telephoto lens that is going to be able to do 2 times optical zoom, but you also get the added feature of a depth and field type effect. So it's called Portrait in the camera app, and you can focus on something close to you and it blurs out the background, giving you a nice depth of field. It simulates having an actual DSLR that you can manually do this with, but it does a pretty good job of it. As far as features go, I know a lot of people were disappointed with the design that came out. They were wanting Apple to do a complete redesign. Next year is all I can say, but there were a lot of features added that I think will definitely make your iPhone experience better going from one to the other. That being said, if you have a 6S or 6S Plus, maybe wait till the next one, but if you have a 6 or even a 5, definitely upgrade to the 7. It is a great phone despite the hate that gets thrown around. So that's going to be it for this video. If you are feeling super generous, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I will be trying to upload videos more regularly as time goes on. Thank you for watching.